Tragedy struck the Hill Country on July 4th, and the Bear Dems spent much of the 5th, 6th, and 7th responding to the need. We co-hosted a donation drop-off for Kerr County flood relief with the San Antonio Professional Firefighters Association. The outpouring from the San Antonio community was overwhelming, as the tragedy was catastrophic. Flooding killed over 130 people, families camping for the 4th of July weekend, girls at a summer camp, and residents who had no expectation the water would get so high. Gone. Make no mistake, this tragedy was preventable. It was a perfect storm of reckless choices by the Republican Party, from the Trump administration to Governor Abbott to county commissioners. Texans deserve better. We honor those who died by demanding accountability from those who could have prevented this. Although the flood occurred in the early hours of Friday, July 4th, President Trump did not declare an emergency until Sunday, July 6th. FEMA did not answer nearly 2/3 of calls to its disaster assistance line for 2 days after the floods, because DHS Secretary Noem didn't renew FEMA's call center contracts until Thursday, July 10th, days after the disaster. Noem did have time to fly to Kerrville for a photo op on Saturday, July 5th, but she didn't authorize FEMA's search and rescue team to start until Monday, July 7th. The team got to Kerr County days after the flood. DOJ cut 600 jobs from the National Weather Service in April. Key positions and years of experience were absent when the Kerrville flood came. Among those key positions was the person in the San Antonio office whose job it was to work closely with local officials, including outlying counties, and warn them about emergency. He had been forcibly retired by DOJ. The Texas Legislature, including Wes Verdell, Republican of Kerrville, voted against advancing HB 13, a bill that would have established a statewide plan to improve Texas disaster response, including better warning systems. The bill failed in the Texas Senate after Republican concerns about cost, despite having a multi-billion-dollar surplus. On July 8th, Governor Greg Abbott told a press conference the state was aware that there was a possible serious flooding event in the advance of pre-positioned assets, resources, and personnel. When greater clarity was discerned on Wednesday, we moved them closer and made sure we had adequate supplies going into Friday. We were ready, yet no one was evacuated. And now Abbott has bent the knee to Trump and agreed to withdraw voter maps to carve out another 5 Republican congressional seats to further disenfranchise voters. They know their policies are deeply unpopular, so they'd rather pick their voters. To Texas Republicans and the Trump administration, we've had enough. Texas deserves better than politicians who deflect any meaningful effort to prevent yet another tragedy. This is the outcome when elected officials, from the President of the United States to Abbott to county officials, reject their duty as servants of the people. We demand accountability.